Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Couples Retreat Season 3, Episode 2. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. When the episode first opens up, we pick up with Shamari and Ronnie where they left off. Okay, these two don't even know what gaslighting means. Okay, they're arguing about a word. They have no idea what the definition of said word is. So we move on to Fallon and Jalen. Now, just to refresh your memory, they have these words up on this glass so that the other partner can know exactly what it is that they feel about them. So she's talking about the lack of sex and how he doesn't care about her. And so AJ was like, you don't want all of this? He said that his finances aren't good, so right now he can't focus on anything else. All the men looking at him like, what? You can't focus on nothing else? Have you seen her? That's what they looking like, especially Jock, and he ain't fooling me. So in the confessional, Kendra was like, well, I mean, if your money ain't right, then you don't want to do it. Here go Jock. Now, I done had some broke sticks. He need to get it together. We know you've been having sex in the trap, Jock. I'm not about to play with you. All right, now. Kendra gonna think you want Fallon. You better leave her alone. You done already had too many words to say. Just please be quiet before Kendra and that bad wig get activated. Now, normally I would agree with you, Jalen, sir. But I feel like you're just making excuses. You don't want to be with that woman, and you need to just say that. Moving forward. On to Apollo and Shireen. So she was saying that he's a micromanager. Apollo feels like she's trying to change him. She's like, that's absurd. I just want him to handle things a little bit better. Apollo is the same man he was when he was with phony Feifei. Apollo, go away from me with this. So then we move on to Breezy and Chris. So she has the word accept in front of her. So Tony was like, well, tell me a little bit about the word acceptance. She's like, well, you know, since being with Chris, I've learned that I am deserving of love. So in the confessional, Jock is like, okay, y'all make everything seem like peaches and cream. I don't even know why y'all are here. I told y'all, didn't I tell y'all last review? They needed a couple. So they called up Breezy and was like, hey, we seen you on the TikTok. Y'all engaged and whatnot. Okay, cool. We need y'all to come down to couples retreat because don't nobody else want to be bothered. That's what this is. These two people do not have any issues. So AJ is like, we gonna make a show. Y'all not finna play in my face. Y'all are finna give me some drama. So AJ says she realized that Breezy smokes cigarettes and she's wondering if that makes Chris feel away. So she's like, what do you think about health? And Chris is like, I want it to be good. Honey, she don't know what's going on. AJ is trying to create drama by bringing up Breezy smoking cigarettes. Chris is like, I don't like it. She didn't even want to bring that up on camera. Breezy is like, well, damn, I didn't want everybody to know I was a cigarette smoker. So now it's looking crazy. Listen, y'all, they handled it very well, though. They didn't let it become a thing. Y'all don't let these people tear y'all's relationship up trying to make a show. If y'all don't have issues, then y'all don't have issues. Just go ahead and leave early because this right here is a fool. In the next scene, the couples ask each other questions. You know how they sit down in front of each other and ask those questions? So Shamari asked Ronnie, has their communication gotten better or worse? Y'all be communicating about going on this show and saying the same thing over and over again. So it seemed like it's all right to me. But he said he feels like it's gotten worse. I feel like Shamari is checked out. Now, I've said this on every single show. Shamari, what are you going to do? Okay, what are you going to do? In between, we see Kendra and her video cam, and she's telling us that Jaceel, honey, because you know she gonna Jaceel us to death, that Jaceel is still in there snoring. Jock, you were sounding like a mountain lion, okay? But I'm talking about, baby, you might need to go get your adenoid checked, honey, because you were snoring. So Tony takes all the guys to work out, right? He said when he works out, then he can talk to his wife a lot nicer. And, you know, he took all the men out so that they can see that he is actually living what it is he says he's living, because men can tell whether or not you're acting or you really living it. Okay. And again, shout out to Derrick Jackson. That's why you will never see Derrick Jackson in the mix with a whole bunch of men, because it's like men be down in his comments too, really fishing out the foolery. But then here comes some of these pick-me women. You're just jealous. You're just mad that Derek is giving us the tea. You're just mad because he's uncovering. No, he's an undercover fool. That's what they're trying to tell y'all. Child, this is a mess. So anywho, he said he used to be a womanizer. And now he's reformed and he's treating his wife like he's supposed to treat his wife. So they all start talking. He's asking how their night was previously. Fat Boy brings up a situation and a conversation that he had with his wife. Then they start talking about cheating. So Jock was like, yeah, well, I'm the king of, the wandering eye. And that ain't cute. He's like, but you know what I do now? When I see a woman and I'm like, damn. Then I just say to myself, she ain't no Kendra. She ain't no Kendra. She don't hold a candle to my baby. Now, maybe Kendra will watch this back and shut the hell up. Because as of right now, Kendra don't want to hear it. You are still a cheater and you going to always be a cheater. So then they start talking about the power struggles that they have in their relationship. Jalen starts talking about how Fallon basically sunned him last night, didn't want him to go to the casino, wanted him to stay home with her. And he's like, she's just now starting to apologize to me. Well, I mean, they say you used to be the assistant, so maybe she still sees you in that way. I don't know what it is. You used to be something working for her and Simon, so maybe she still feels like you are that guy. So after working out, Jalen gets back to the room. So Fallon said, at home, it's just them with the kids all the time. So the fact that they are on this retreat and they get to be alone, like, why doesn't he want to spend time with her? Because, girl, you just gave yourself the answer. He is always up under you and all them children. Then he finally gets a break. And now he, as a 23-year-old, is feeling like, woo, I'm in Vegas. He wants to go out and have a good time. He don't even realize he at a couples retreat, girl. It just don't make no sense. So Jalen is telling her that downstairs with the men, they were talking about the stunt that she pulled last night about him not wanting to go out. In her confessional, she says she feels like he has 1 foot in and 1 foot out. But y'all, when she said that man was 23 years old, I said, ma'am, you went from old man Simon and being married to a 23-year-old, and now you want to try and replicate the relationship you had with Simon? That's not going to work. He's still very young. Y'all have 4 kids between the two of you. Drama, a new baby. He is in no way ready for all of that. He is in way over his head. I don't even know why you're even wasting time with this. So then she apologized to him and he tells her, that he didn't like that she did that. And she's like, well, I mean, I'm a very independent woman and there are certain needs that I feel like need to be met. He said, well, you act like I don't want to have sex with you. She said, well, it's always on your timing, so I just wait and I be quiet. He said, what's wrong with that? Ew. Ew. Sometimes I don't have the words, but certain situations just give me the ick, and that is one of them. That would be an instant turnoff for me. What's wrong with you waiting and shutting up? Ew. Moving forward. Fallon, you need to wake the hell up. He does not want to spend time with you or even have sex with you. It's a wrap. And what I'm thinking now is I feel like this. In the relationship with Fallon and Simon, I don't know if this is true or not. This is just speculation. In the relationship with Fallon and Simon, Simon was the one in charge. He's the one that made all of the decisions. So after coming out of that, now Fallon wants to be with somebody that she can boss around. So she finds someone that she thinks is lesser than she is and also younger than she is because she thinks that they ain't gonna know no better and she can run them. So she went over there and got Jalen and it ain't working like she thought it was gonna work. Girl, this is a mess. In the next scene, Shamari and Ronnie, they meet with AJ. So Ronnie starts talking about how the gaslighting was a big issue. And AJ said, yeah, because it's somebody misrepresenting your truth for their benefit. Shamari said, oh, well, wait a minute. Wait. Oh, we don't have gaslighting. That's what y'all get. That's what y'all get for trying to use the word of the year. Because y'all already know it's 2 words that we're going to wear into the ground, honey. Gaslighting and narcissist. That's what y'all get for getting on the Instagram and picking up words that y'all don't know the meaning to. Hop on the Googler and learn the definition of words and then come over here and say some stuff. I told y'all going to learn to listen to me. Y'all going to learn to listen to me. I told y'all these 2 did not even know what gaslighting meant. So Ronnie is like, no, I thought it meant that, they were adding fuel to the fire. Child, let's move on. Shamari said ever since She had the twins. She's lost herself. I can totally relate to that. She's feeling stifled in this relationship. They got together when she was very young, and I feel like she's resenting him at this moment. That's just it. AJ feels like Shamari needs to speak up, and he also needs to allow her space to thrive. Shamari and Ronnie are like a broken record. They have the same issue, different show, different season. Get it together or leave it alone. Let me see those shoulders bounce. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I cannot help it. Oh, honey, every time I think about them, let me see those shoulders bouncing. Baby, that's all I can think about. Placement. Okay? Placement. If you know, you know. In the next scene, everyone's getting together to see what the blogs have said about them. So it's big posters up everywhere looking like some posts from the neighborhood talk, right? So AJ says communication is the big thing that they've been talking about. So they want to explore it on a few different levels. The first one is, how are you communicating your love to the world? Tony says that, perception is reality. It may not be your reality, but the way we perceive it is the way we believe it. He also said that they put the posters up because it's everything that people have been saying about them in the press. So Fat Boy and Tiana, they're up first. The post was about him losing $100,000 in Vegas on her birthday. She feels like it was embarrassing to her. He feels like it's cool. I can just get the money back. He is childish and irresponsible. Sir, $100,000 is nothing to sneeze at. That's someone's entire salary. And if you on the low end, that's about 3 people's entire salary. Like, what are you even doing? Y'all have kids. I'm with her. Why would you even repeat that? Why would you even say that? Everything is not for consumption. We have become so overstimulated that we overshare so damn much that it's ridiculous. I have never, every time I turn on social media, or every time I turn to social media rather, and I read something, it's like, man, did you really have to share that? Did you have to tell me that you like a golden shower? Did you have to tell me that you slept with him, her, and him and her? Why do I need to know that? Like, what is really wrong with people? So I feel like he got that syndrome. AJ tells him that it's not about getting the money back. It's not about that. It's about what you're putting out to the world. Child, he ain't listening to you. On to Chris and Breezy. They're up next. Honey is giving love. Let's move on. Moving forward. On over to Apollo and Shireen. Their headline was, he's never married her even after he proposed. She's like, well, we're married now. Jeez. Okay, girl, you got him. Nobody wants Apollo, neither. Moving forward. On to Jalen and Fallon. Now, y'all know what the headline is when it comes to these two. And y'all know that's what we've been waiting on, because we've been waiting to get into it as we got into it to figure out what Fallon was going to say. Okay. So Fallon says that Simon lied on her about the affair. He was cheating with Portia. Fallon goes, yeah, it was all a lie. It doesn't really matter at this point. Jalen is like, no, I felt like I needed to say something because I was the pool boy, the assistant. The only reason why I kept quiet is because she asked me to keep quiet. So she said he's mad that she makes the decisions for the both of them. Oh, okay. So he is pissed that she stopped him from talking. Girl, let him speak for himself. They still calling this man to help. You is kind, you is smart, you is important, you is the help. That's what people see you as. And the fact that you claim to care about him, if you did, you would allow him to defend himself. Because it wasn't just you. It was him as well. So now they're playing these games, okay? And the games are kind of like speed dating. You're going to switch with other people's partners, and you're going to be asking questions and communicating with each other in a way that you might not be able to with your spouse. So Apollo and Kendra, they're talking. He asked what she wants Jock to know. She was like, I want him to know that he's my number one artist because he gets mad when I listen to other people. Jock, now you know dang on well the last time you made a song was in the early 2000s. So if that lady want to listen to something current, I don't let her listen to it. It ain't no good, no way. I listen at it on the iPod. It ain't no good, y'all. So girl, let her listen to it. Over with Shamari, she's asking Fat Boy, what would he do if he got a sketchy DM? Read it. He was like, I'm just going to ignore it. I'm acting like I don't even see it. So then the buzzer went off, and it's time for them to switch, and it's time for round 2. Fallon is telling Jock that people are lying on her, and people are just believing it. Fallon said Portia was all cool with her, but claiming she wasn't her friend. She was calling, asking to do business, came to her house several times, and she wanted to go out. And she would never do anything like that to another woman. So he was like, well, how do you feel about that? She said, I mean, it still hurts. So production asked if she feels betrayed by Portia and Simon. She was like, they deserve each other. They're both snakes, and snakes are bound to bite you. And this is all a mess. I don't know who to believe. I think all y'all lying. All I know is first came love, then came Simon and Portia's marriage, then came Fallon with a baby carriage. Honey, I don't know what y'all been doing, but all y'all lying. Okay? Every last one of y'all. Moving forward. She says she feels better after telling Jock exactly how she felt. So Jalen is asking Kendra, does she regret staying with Jock as long as she did? She's like, well, that's a 2-part answer. Girl, you and Jaceel don't even seem like y'all like each other. I have never seen y'all even embrace. Do you like the man or not? So she was like, well, the human answer is absolutely, but, my family told me not to accept any BS, so I'm just conflicted. Breezy is over there with Fallon, and she asked her if she wants to be married. She said, yeah, I feel like I'm not good at being single. Well, you need to be. You need to be single. You need some therapy. Like, you need to talk to someone, because there's a reason why you're hopping from relationship to relationship to relationship to talk to somebody. So Breezy is asking her, well, why do you want to be married? And she said, I just rather be with somebody, and we have each other, and we could just get together. She's like, well, you're getting married for the sake of not being alone. That's not the right reason. You need to take some time to yourself. Here go Fallon. Me and Jalen are twin flames. Ma'am, please. Girl gone. So AJ asked if they learned anything because the assignment is up. And Fallon says she did learn something talking to Jock. All right now. I want everybody to leave Jock out of this. Leave him out of it, honey. So AJ tells them that she'll meet them later for more fun. So Kendra and Jock are on their way to the room, right? And she's like, I really liked that we got to talk to the other couples. It was really nice to hear it come from somebody other than your spouse. So in the confessional, she says she realizes that there are things that she needs to work through. You think? So they sit down at the table, they talking. Everything seemed cool, okay? So Jock said, I feel like you act like you're not happy with me. Well, sometimes I'm not, Jaceel. Sometimes I'm not happy with you. I was like, oh my God, what just happened? So now they arguing back and forth and back about him taking accountability. He said he feels like he's an embarrassment to her. She said, well, the things you do are embarrassing. Ma'am, the amount of anger and vitriol that you have for this man that you decided to marry in that big wedding dress of yours, this is your doing. When are you going to accept responsibility for the choices that you are making? Kendra, listen to me. Now, I'm not a fan of how Jock moves when it comes to women, but ma'am, if you chose to marry him, you got to find a way to work through this mess. Because if he feels like he does and you feel like you do, why did you marry him? It feels like to me, now this is just to me, from the outside looking in, okay? Because they say perception is reality. And the reality that y'all show us on Love and Hip Hop, it feels like you're in a situation where you said, I'm not going to let them win. I'm going to marry him. I'm going to show them. I'm the one that he loves. I'm going to marry him. That's what it feels like to me. You did this to win. Now you sitting here talking all crazy to him. You can't talk crazy to him when you decided to accept him. You saw the preview of the movie and still bought a ticket to watch it. So that is on you. Moving forward. So she's like, yeah, he acts like what he did was normal. You're acting like what you did was normal, and it is not. So, baby, she getting louder and louder, honey. Veins popping out, honey. It's giving very much Incredible She-Hulk. And he's telling her to calm down because she's talking about things in the past. He's like, I haven't even done anything lately. You need to come up to speed. Y'all, it's not funny. But him telling her to come up to speed was a fool. When I tell y'all that was so funny to me, I don't know why that tickled me so. But that was just so funny because he's like, girl, what are you even saying? I haven't even been doing nothing. So now she's telling production they can film him only. She don't want to sit next to him. She is done. He's confused because they already had a conversation and he took accountability. He said, I'm willing to do it on and off camera. So what is she talking about? Kendra, I think you mad about Fallon feeling like she got something from Jock that you can't get from him. I told y'all, stay away from Jock. Kendra is coming through like a wrecking ball. So baby, she's screaming. He's like, you are so unattractive. She said, well, I can be by myself. I don't have to be with you. I can be by myself and do good. Ma'am, you're saying that, but you know you don't mean it. You know you don't mean it. Otherwise, you will be gone. Listen, he gets up, walks away, and locks her out the door. Honey, she can't even get in. Kendra, this relationship is not healthy. Y'all need to go y'all separate ways. You've already proved it, okay? You got the wedding, you got the dress. Walk away before you end up having children. And then you're going to be even more pissed because now you got to see his face for the next however many years, okay? And you got to co-parent with him. And you got to do all these things and you don't even like him half the time. So just let it go. It's not going to change. This is the thing, okay? And I had to say this to myself. Either you going to accept the cheating or move the hell on. It's not going to change. He done already cheated and you already sitting in front of him. So what you going to do? Okay, either piss or get off the pot. And that was the end of the episode. Shall y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about this episode? Also, please don't hesitate to check out my other reviews. We have Real Housewives of Atlanta, Summer House, Martha's Vineyard. We have Put a Ring on It, Married at First Sight, and Couples Retreat. And listen, May is picking up. It is picking up steam. There are a lot of shows that I will be reviewing in the month of May, and I want y'all all to join me. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.